best of the
Commander.
best.
We got no regrets. What's the plan? GSL. Kaboom, baby! Go on.
Hot 6 GSL Season 4 Swoshin Reno Patti Symbol Yoda Young Hyoru JD Kyoryu Marine King Byon Lei Happy Genius Teja Mana MMA MVP 何はハットスナイパースクワットナスティライフ JYP スーパーノーバトンネグボーマーフォルテグミオ MC シーデン
from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to GSL Code S. Jason Artos is here. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
It's better than it was yesterday, man. It was terribly rainy.
It's a beautiful day, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, MKP has some sick new glasses,
Oh,
man.
does he?
Good style. We'll see him a little bit
All right,
later.
we'll get a shot of that in a minute. We're here at Group C, and I got to say, I am really amped. We got Jadong.
Jadong's playing today, guys.
We have MC, Curious Marine King.
The greatest Zerg player of all time is playing today.
And for those of you guys who are not, I know that there's certain chunks of our viewers who are diehard StarCraft 2 fans. Some people just watch casually and don't actually follow international tournaments or there's stuff going on in Korea. But not long ago, we had all the StarCraft 1. StarCraft 1 has officially died, essentially.
It's dead.
It's gone. No longer televised StarCraft 1 in Korea. So the StarCraft 1 players have now switched over to StarCraft 2. Jadong was the best StarCraft 1 Zerg ever. So now he's here in StarCraft 2. This is huge. He's in a GSL.
Code S.
Or we wouldn't be casting it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be casting this game. So what does that mean? Well, now everybody who actually plays StarCraft, who's a legitimate serious RTS player.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, and start.
All of the world's RTS talent is now playing StarCraft 2.
It is now all combined.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's what we got to ask ourselves in a GSL Code S. How are these guys going to do? They haven't had as much time to practice. It's insane. But before I go any further with that, yesterday's results, Hero Symbol got out. Yoda and Leung, not so much.
Yeah, not so much at all. None, in fact. They're both going down to Code A.
Yeah. Which is too bad because, Leung especially, I love casting his games. You can see he's smart, but, I mean, this is just the nature of Code S now. We're going to keep saying this every day because it's so exciting. This is the best GSL Code S to date as far as talent goes.
Yes, it's absolute insanity, man. And that's underlined by today's group, which might not even be the group of death. MC and MKP, and then Curious, one of the most solid Zergs for a long time, and Jadong, the legend of StarCraft 1. What a sick group. Guys, get on Twitter and tell your friends because Jadong is playing today.
All right, guys, let's take a look at today's matchup. The players that we have, as said before, MC, Jadong, Curious, and Marine King.
Let's talk a little bit about these players. MC, the winningest player in StarCraft 2.
Absolutely. Most money, solid Protoss, best
And
Protoss
then we
GSL
have...
That's Jadong!
Oh, my God! All right. He is Jadong, guys.
Yes.
If you don't know who he is, you're about to find out.
Curious, we see a lot more of him, I think, in Team League. Very solid Zerg player. I kind of feel like he's a little bit of a black sheep when compared to the rest of these guys, but make no mistake, he's very, very good.
And then, of course, Marine King, one of the biggest fan favorites ever, seems to be slumping a little bit. And by slumping, I mean he didn't win the last 3 tournaments in a row. So he might only get, you know, what, round of 8 this time, you think? I don't really know. We'll have to see.
Well, you can never count him out. He's probably one of the best micro players we got there, but I don't want to talk about them anymore because these two guys are on screen, MC and Jadong. Damn.
Yes. I'm really excited about this, man. Daybreak will be our first map. Let's see how much Jadong has improved. Before, when he was playing StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 at the same time, he wasn't doing so well, but you can't play 2 games at the same time, man. You got to choose one and stick to it. And now, his full devotion, his full practice time goes to StarCraft 2. So,
and this guy's VODs might be some of our most watched VODs for this season.
Could be.
Because everybody's really
especially
curious.
He does well.
Yeah. But he's up against MC. MC has made the most money in StarCraft 2.
He's the ultimate killer.
Does he have the most championships? Or I think there's some weird thing where it's like somebody else has won more, like MVP, but
could be.
He's made the most money. Anyways, MC the Kratos Protoss and Jadong, the best StarCraft 1 Zerg of all time, duking it out here in the GSL Code S Group C.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Daybreak.
All right, time for these two Titans to duke it out. In the upper right, we have, I guess I could say, the biggest baller in StarCraft 2.
SKMC.
And in the bottom left, we have the greatest Zerg StarCraft legend of all time switching over into Code S. He is... It's like no hands.
18, JD.
Here's a
JD, short for Jadong.
So, this is completely epic.
Yeah,
I'm so excited
really
to see
is.
what Jadong's actually going to bring to the table here.
Now,
today.
we've noticed this symptom that a lot of StarCraft 1 program, and it's actually not, it was true for you and me and for everybody else. We switched over. Welcome to the studio. Yes, Korea is great. Both signs are correct. So, on to this thing, and this is a real thing, and I know you're going to agree with me with this. When you switched over to StarCraft 2, you were still playing it like it was StarCraft 1. You would expand at the same rate. Mm-hmm. You would do somewhat similar builds, and that's totally normal. I did that. You did that. Probably anybody who's a StarCraft 1 pro did that. And we saw this when we casted the StarCraft 1 guys like Flash and Jadong at MLG.
Yeah.
I remember I was casting Bisu's game, for instance, and I just noticed the way he was expanding against a Terran, and I thought, oh, you can't actually do that at this rate.
Yeah.
It's not how the matchup works. You're not against Vultures and Siege Tanks. You're against Marines and Marauders. Mm-hmm. It's different. So, I'm curious to see what kind of, if any, symptoms that Jadong's going to exhibit here that he hasn't quite fully gotten the grip on the way StarCraft 2 operates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know that there will be that much because the game is becoming much more like StarCraft 1. You know, StarCraft 1 is like the pure, beautiful RTS game.
Yeah.
You know, just all about having the ultimate skill, which is exactly what he has. So, you know, I think we're going to see him just jump up to 3 bases, start insane micro and macro, and continue to expand from there, which isn't, you know, too terribly different from StarCraft 1 play.
It's kind of funny for me because, you know, for those of you that don't know, I actually cast StarCraft 1 in this studio, although it looked totally less badass than it does now. It's actually we come a long way here at GOM.
Indeed.
But I used to cast this guy's games, solo cast even. And now here I am, we're back again together, and I'm now casting his games here in StarCraft 2, so this is really exciting for me to kind of have that full swing.
Mm-hmm. It certainly is. I'm just so excited about all this stuff. By the way, I'm going to forget to tell you if I don't tell you now.
Go ahead.
Remember Idra's first game at GOM against Bytrap, that little Protoss kid?
Yes.
He just got Rookie of the Year in Kespa.
Really?
Yeah.
I edited her by Trap.
by Trap. Well, not
I
IJ,
was like,
Zionkes,
I was like, wait. No, that's why I was confused. I'm like,
okay.
what? I was like, that isn't.
I just thought I'd let you know that because just kind of a funny little side note.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And so, right now, Jaedong has taken his third base. As far as MC goes, standard play from him, starting really quick +1. Now we got to watch and see his gas timings to figure out what he wants to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if MC's has decided to do something like a very sharp +1 Zealot attack. Because doing something like that, as you said, Tasteless, if Jaedong isn't completely used to StarCraft 2, a move like that will mess him up. For sure.
For sure. Now, to be frank, MC is easily the worst person you could possibly play against in StarCraft 2 right now.
He actually is.
I mean, he's so developed, solid. He's confident, and there is this. It's not like a dark thing, but there is a rivalry between the StarCraft 2 guys and the StarCraft 1 guys that just switched over to StarCraft 2.
That's right. In fact, MC was on MBC Hero, a team that no longer exists in StarCraft 1, but he was a pro gamer.
Yeah.
And he definitely looked up to people like Jaedong, and now he's surpassed Jaedong in like, for instance, winnings. Maybe not total money made overall off esports so far, but he's definitely on his way if he hasn't. Now, we do actually have MC doing some beautiful micro with the Zealot. I don't think we're going to end up showing it, but damn, did he damage those Zerglings a lot. Wow, great micro by Jaedong, too. You guys are going to have to trust me on this one. But
was he splitting the lanes?
Yep.
I was actually looking at our preview, or the
by the way,
that the viewers see.
Jaedong's gases here are pretty significantly late. He's really powered a bit more than you normally see. You'll normally see the gas like at least 30 seconds quicker, but he got 3 gases at once to make up for that a little bit. Now, MC is going for a Stargate, and he's going straight into Phoenix.
Wait a minute. Did you do a vision check? Somehow the Stargate doesn't show up, but I thought he saw it.
It looks like he almost saw. I don't know if he could click on it when it was right there like that. He may have seen it. Yeah. It's the way it shows it. This is like there's a possibility that he clicked on it and saw it. I'm not completely sure.
Right.
I think he didn't.
It might have been a bug, but I believe he saw this. Well, it doesn't matter now. He's getting hit by a Phoenix. But anyways,
either way, yeah. But directly into Phoenix. Very interesting from MC. I'm excited to see where he goes from this. Oh, you know what I would just about kill to see from MC? A long time ago, he went Immortal, Charge Lot, Phoenix in PBZ. And that's a tricky strat. And that's something that Jaedong will not have run into yet because it just doesn't exist right now.
You know, it's an interesting point. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was about to say the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
No. What I was going to say is actually that you could see if Jaedong hasn't played the early StarCraft 2 meta, you could actually bring out some weird early meta stuff too.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like, well, he just doesn't know.
There's strategies that have been solved and are no longer good because of that. And those would be good here because Jaedong wasn't around for when they were popular and when they were solved. So he won't possibly know.
StarCraft 1 players, when we were all playing like Machine, like occasionally I would just like 2-gate rush him.
Mm-hmm.
Like just, that
he
like,
was
2
too
gates.
new. He didn't
and he's
know.
like, what? You keep making zones? I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, and then I expand with High Templars and I lose the mutas. Yeah. But if I kill you with a rush, like...
Exactly, and any older player that's just been around for that just knows how to stop it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he could definitely pull that stuff out.
Definitely an interesting way to look at it.
We're getting like hyper meta here.
Yeah, but
which, by the way, I love the fact that we can finally talk like this.
Yeah. Oh my God, really nice run in by Jaedong there. Forces a lot of force heals. That doesn't end up killing anything though, but I would say that was worth it anyways. Now, MC is sitting on only 3 Phoenix and going up to Colossus, so it won't be some sort of craziness. But this is like pretty solid of him overall anyways. He's going so anti-ground right now. But he has Phoenixes, so he's not going to be too afraid of mutas, but there is a Spire on the way, which I am not surprised at all. Jaedong is the best mutalisk micro basically ever.
Now we got to remember the muta micro does function a little bit differently.
Yeah,
looks like Jaedong couldn't see that Zealot for a second. Oh!
And will MC save all his sentries? He might. Beautiful force fields by him. Oh my God. Beautiful.
If you look at the amount of capital that's been burnt by Jaedong with legs, and obviously legs are probably the most expendable unit in the game, it's not good considering MC is not suffering losses. By the way, the supplies looking just about exactly where they should for this phase of the game.
Yeah, and I do want to point out that 13 mutas are on the way. So if he catches these Phoenixes, he's going to probably win. Straight up.
Yeah.
But if MC keeps all his Phoenixes alive, he can transition back into Phoenixes to fight these, or he can just utilize them to try to poke at the Mutas and keep them away while he gets Blink. We'll see what he actually goes for here. And he's seen Mutas now.
All right, so almost an engagement here. Now here's the problem. Actually, I think you're right. I think MC's literally just about to lose. I think Mutas is just going to go kill all the sentries.
That's definitely going to happen.
I think MC just lost. I'm not even...
And there we go. Going after these sentries right now. He does throw up a Guardian Shield. Doesn't matter, though. Going to kill all these off and the Stalkers. Oh, God.
This is actually terrible.
Jaedong crushing through MC right now. Just crushing.
He just lost his base.
Yeah. The Phoenixes are on the way over, but it doesn't even matter. There's just way too much here.
I feel like Jaedong just made MC look like he doesn't know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
He caught him off guard is the way I want to put it. But yeah, it's pretty brutal, man. It's pretty brutal what we just saw here. He killed off so much value for MC. In fact, Muta's coming back. He should as well. Target down those Zealots so his Zerglings can actually go to work on the Nexus again. A good way to do it. If he can kill this Nexus, he's just in a golden spot.
I thought he was going to lose the Nexus. Maybe.
I think he is still.
Well, what is the HP on it? Check.
It's pretty low. It's at 700, less than 700, and there you go.
He's
yeah.
got it. All right.
So that's gigantic. You guys know how this plays out. We now have a 4-base Muta user against a 2-base Protoss.
Hey, can I point to that just really briefly here? Bottom right, this is so smart. Jaedong's taking the bottom right expansion to occupy it. This is like, I guess we can make the technical term right now since I guess we have the authority to do it, but I mean, it is an occupied expansion, not an economic expansion. He's just taking that, and he'll probably put some spine crawlers there and drones.
He might take gas from it or something.
Yes, something like that.
He probably won't send many drones at all.
It's not a cash cow.
No, absolutely not. He's not going to super saturate it. One thing I do want to point out, MC is going straight to Fleet Beacon, which is probably pretty smart here. He's going to have to get lucky in some way. And as far as Jaedong goes, I mean, he's in such great shape here. He has 91 drones. He has 30 larvae. I'm going to go check Clean Energy. That's what I want to do.
I don't actually understand how Jaedong has this much cash, though. Macro faltering a little bit here.
Yeah, actually, his injects are not on as much as you would hope.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So that's one of these, like, okay, he's not quite fully switched over.
Yeah. Now, we are seeing anion pulse crystals research, which, of course,
is of course, the only time you've ever said that on this broadcast.
That's the only time I've ever said that, and I will not continue to say it. He's getting Phoenix range, guys.
There you go.
And that'll help him against Mutas. The problem is Jaedong doesn't plan to make more Mutas. He's already switching to Infestor. So, I mean, these Phoenix, they'll still be useful, but not as much.
All right, he's going to go in to get the Queen here. And Jaedong's going to max out in under a minute right now. And I don't know if MC can actually recover from this, guys.
Well, look at...
I mean, he's getting a bunch of Phoenixes. That's great. Mutas are actually just almost scouting more and trying to avoid these Phoenixes if they can. Well, he might do a fakie and whip back here and actually hit. So
I think he's drawing them back into the Infestors, because once he has 2 Infestors pop out, he can go ahead and fungal them up, have the Mutas actually engage.
Nice observation. You are dead on Artosis. You're so smart, yes.
And a nice lift there. He's trying to eliminate some Infestors, which is a good thing to do with your Phoenixes, but he's basically, that's it for Phoenixes. So
that's kind of...
How much did he actually kill there? He killed like an Infestor and...
probably like 6 Mutas, 7 Mutas.
He killed... Yeah, about 7 Mutas, maybe 8. So, I mean, Jaedong just kind of tooled him over right there. Even though this is looking pretty one-sided so far, first off, probably shouldn't count MC out completely yet. He's damn good. Also, of this series, I wouldn't count him out at all, because MC is the one guy that knows how to win.
I don't know if he's going to win this game, but yeah. Oh, do a vision check for me, actually. Does he see the bottom right expansion? Does MC
no, he does
see?
not.
All right, so...
And by the way, it's exactly as we said, Tasteless. It's just drones mining gas down there.
Well, I think we should start referring to this as occupational expansions, because this is going to catch on more.
Yeah, it's an occupational
It's
a smart thing to do. He doesn't... All he's doing is saying, I want some more gas. That's it.
I want gas, and I want to use it in a place that he's going to take later and probably will not check.
Yeah. And here we go, going after these cannons a little bit.
Now remember, these Mutas are not that valuable right now, so we can go ahead and try to do stuff like this.
Oh yeah, he can lose those, he doesn't really care. Just anything he can get done with him is great.
Oh my god, even if he gets that War Prism, nope, backs off. Trying to force a cancel here.
Oh,
I
imagine
actually
this.
think, no, I guess
not
with the
quite.
force fields it won't work.
Well, right now, Jaedong is making like 10 plus spine crawlers. He's about to have, hold on, this is silly. He's about to have like 15 or 16 spine crawlers to go with his 16 infestors while he makes broodlords and gets all his upgrades. Really good play here by Jaedong, man.
All right, fanning out his army here in case it gets engaged. He wants to have the right kind of arc here. Stalker sort of bunched up there. If he doesn't find out about that bottom right base, it's actually going to be really bad for the end game here.
You know, he's already gathered so much gas from it.
You need actually so much gas in the late game or end game with Protoss.
Jaedong's already gotten 1,000 gas from that,
Yeah.
which has already paid for the extractors, the drones, and the hatchery.
Yeah.
That's what that's done. In fact, I will bet you that he doesn't have that hatch hotkeyed because he doesn't want to rally things from it and show where it is. In fact, that's true. He does not have it hotkeyed. Such great play.
And this was a complete failure of an attack here.
Jaedong is already caught on
Jaedong's
to
actually so
harassment.
ahead, he's basically covering everything with spine crawlers because he knows that because of this bottom right base, as long as he waits it out, MC just loses as far as who sucked up all the money on the map.
And you know, we're going to see this more and more. We've started to already, but how does Protoss win in situations like this?
Okay.
Massive harassment.
This is a frustrating moment. He finally found that base. How many spine crawlers do we actually have on this map?
On the map, I'll count for you, Taste. Just give me a few minutes.
Yeah, no problem. I'll keep casting. The Broodlords are moving out. Now, he's going to be pretty cautious with that. Yeah, okay, he's just going to push the creep and then push spine crawlers. Now, this is the one moment where he's going to be fragile when he actually relocates his defenses here. And we'll see. I feel like MC has not been very perceptive in this game.
32. He has 32
He has
spines
32
right
spine crawlers, all right. That might be actually a record
now. It's quite a few.
for us here.
It's definitely quite a few. Now, we do have the Broodlords going in for the attack. He's relocated his spine crawlers up to an area to help defend. Right now, MC has to be thinking, wow, this is going to be pretty difficult, especially, you know, he's losing quite a bit of production. He'll probably
I
lose
didn't
that
even
gas
realize
as well.
what he was doing. Okay, he pushed up with a bunch of spines to cover the Broodlords as he tries to wreck the main.
That's right, and here we go. A nice blinking by MC, trying to target down some of these infestors, but he's going to lose a lot of units due to this.
He is going to get that mothership too.
And look at these fungals, man. He's going to chain fungal a lot. Actually misses that chain fungal, but does kill quite a few units anyways.
Wow, this is really ugly for MC. And MC, to his credit, is actually doing a great job of staying alive, but staying alive doesn't really cut it in StarCraft. You actually have to beat the other guys. So, you know, he's going to chew away at everything inside the main, and he's actually going to push that expansion. Bottom right base has not been occupied. I believe there's still some creep there.
And
oh no, this is a mistake. This is a mistake with the infestors.
Oops, that was quite a big mistake. Lost a lot of infestors right there. And Jaedong's bank is now just about gone, but the amount of damage he's doing, he's going to lose a lot of these Broodlords. In fact, he should lose all of them.
I think he absolutely will, but it almost does not matter. It's just like he can remake that very easily.
Yeah, this was definitely an overcommittal, though. That was, I have to say, that was a mistake. Even if it ends up not mattering at all, as you say, which I think you're probably pretty close to right on. Still, that's why do that? That's an overcommittal. That's too much. Now, if those were all Guardians, and those were Dragoons against him without Blink, maybe that would have been better.
Oh, yeah. Dragoons against Guardians, those are pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Corsairs, not so much, man. It takes forever.
Yeah. Just as Phoenixes do. All right, so Jaedong taking yet another base. MC, though, he's still sitting all right. He has a lot of High Templars right now. I don't think he ever got stormed, did he? Oh, wait, he did get stormed. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he got stormed.
He is making his mothership again, so we still have the chance of him coming back, especially via an Archon toilet. So we'll see if he can actually do that. You know, get the Vortex on a ton of flying units and throw Archons in there to kill them with splashes. They pop out.
And for these guys who know the Archon toilet, he wants to use a Vortex on all the Broodlords and then throw Archons in there. And then when they come out, the Archons just kill everything. Why are you grinning at me, man?
Because I just said that.
You just said Archon toilet.
And then I explained it.
No, sorry. It's okay. Even Tazes makes mistakes.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, no, he doesn't. Just so I look human sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
just like any sociopath would do. All right.
The base that's going to come into play now that this bottom right one's being taken, which, by the way, does not have a lot of equity in it, is going to be the bottom center. But I don't know if the Protoss can push that location. If J-Dog pushes any more creep there, it can't be built on. And then it's also a tell if he takes out the creep tumor. Actually, there is enough creep there.
Yeah, he can't quite take a Nexus there. It just barely doesn't fit with that creep.
He does have one Changeling here with a Mothership, so he can actually stalk the movement there. It's funny that actually Changelings are being used now, like on the pro level. I always thought that would never happen.
Yeah, they're kind of nifty, man.
Yeah.
We've seen some pretty neat things that people have tried with them, like making walls of them to try to stop Marines from running away and stuff. But
what's funny now is that they're actually being used for what they're supposed to be used for.
True.
Now these Zealots are actually he's throwing these away because they have no use in the late game.
The only use they really have is for harassment through like War Prisms and stuff, but J-Dong has so many spines at this point that it's not even really worthwhile.
Now, he's got to be careful because when he pushes like this, it takes a minute for those things to roost.
Yeah.
But he is actually slowly suffocating MC here.
He is indeed, and his upgrades are just phenomenal right now. He's about to have 3-2 upgrades on his flying units. That is like really unbelievably scary. MC, he only has 3-2 on his ground units. So having even upgrades against Broods, that's...
All right. So you can see now the Colossi being used as siege weapons here.
Yep.
But I mean, the Broodlords are superior siege weapons. All right, I guess he's going to try for a Vortex.
Whoa. Gets a pretty good one. In fact, the Infestors go in. Where are the rest of his Infestors? Now the Archons actually could go in there.
He's trying to get the Archons through. The Stalkers are blocking
Yeah, he
away.
actually needs to blink his Stalkers somewhere so that those Archons can actually get in there, but he's not doing it.
He's got
only
one.
He didn't even... Wow, that was a big mistake there for sure. He needed to get those in there. But he is blinking forward. Still might be able to kill him off. Some nice storms going down.
Kind of hard to tell who's going to win this right now. There's so much going on. It looks like all the Broodlords are going to be wiped out here. I don't know if the Protoss is going to have the muscle though to keep pushing forward. J-Dong, as you can see by the supply is raising even though his army's going down.
And, well, J-Dong right now is in some trouble, Faceless. He's not got that much supply anymore, 164, and a lot of that's in production.
I think J-Dong may have actually bungled this.
Yeah, it looks like it because he can just walk up into the main and stuff, start killing off tech, killing off patches.
Yeah, there's actually an open path here. And I believe the proper route here, and this is a very tough call to make, is to actually go towards the Zerg's main.
Yeah,
you actually don't go for the expansions now.
He'll kill
it's too
all
spread
the tech
out
and stuff. Yeah, exactly. And the expansions all have a bunch of spines, which will slow him down. GG.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, J-Dong actually had a nice lead there for a good portion of the game.
Well, J-Dong actually had the game pretty much almost won.
Well, let's go over what he screwed up on because J-Dong is not a perfect player yet, but maybe by next season he will be. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
That attack in the main base where he overcommitted those Broodlords, big blunder there, right? He just attack moved Broodlords into an open area that MC could blink under. And then that Archon toilet, he did allow that to occur, so he was engaging the army with half his army or so for a while. And even if you don't get the actual Archons in the Vortex, it's still very powerful because you're fighting with half your army for a bit, and that allows Protoss to gain ground. So a couple big mistakes right there.
You know, I feel like occasionally we see Zerg players, and I know that this is kind of the staple endgame composition is the Infestors with the Broodlords, but in that situation where nobody's attacking anybody else, I do not believe you want to push the Spine Crawlers and Broodlords there. I think you actually want to start harassing his main, not with the Broodlords. I mean, I know
some drops, Niduses.
Yeah, exactly. Do that, and then what you're doing is you're making them spend their money on remaking their base instead of making attacking units, and eventually, because you have that expendability margin there, where you can actually just throw stuff at him.
I love his amount of Spine Crawlers, his push through the center. I like that style, but what if you're also dropping a little bit in the main, doing something like that at the same time? They have to bring part of their army. It gets harder.
You're supposed to be a little bit more everywhere, not just one big clump.
And of course, his Broodlords were pretty clumped up at points. I didn't see him really attempt. I never saw the Infestor movements that make me think he's attempting to knurl the Mothership. So a little bit off on that as well, even though he had knurl for a very long time.
Yeah.
But overall, I have to say, his play is really strong already.
That was a pretty epic game. I actually can't believe that MC won that. I mean,
Well,
we were not even actually wrong. We're like, well, I think he's actually just screwed.
MC may or may not be the best Protoss in the world for overall skill level, but the one thing he is best at is winning games.
Yeah.
And that may sound weird to a lot of people, but like I'm saying, maybe mechanically he's not superior. Maybe strategically he's not
macro,
superior.
yeah,
anything like that.
He definitely
But
knows how to win.
He's the guy that knows how to win better than anybody. If you ever give him a chance to win any game, he will win it.
Well, he's got to be feeling
Which is
pretty
actually
high.
the best skill to have.
He's got to be feeling pretty high, actually, after that
After
game.
winning that
I mean,
game.
no kidding.
When he lost those sentries that day, he was like, oh my god, this is bad news.
All right, so we're going to go on to game number 2.
It looks like the map is going to be Whirlwind.
Whirlwind, okay. And
Big map.
makes sense for Jadon to pick this. Zergs are good on this map.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what build MC wants to do here.
I could see MC actually going for some kind of a bust or something.
You think
or a
so,
push.
yeah?
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean,
A lot of Protosses that we've seen on this map just go for the 3 base. They say whatever. They get at least 2 observers and they go for that 3rd base.
I don't know how to play on this map as Protoss against Zerg, to be totally frank.
No, that's why I said I'm really interested in
I
it.
don't know, like,
This is
how you're supposed to play this map.
I have the fewest builds on Whirlwind of any map right now. It's really, it's a big map, man. You definitely have to play it a bit different normally. I don't. If he does go for a bust, I think it'll be Blink base, maybe like Blink Sentry.
Yeah.
+2. But
like
we'll
that.
see.
Yeah. I don't think you can Immortal push on this map as easily. Immortal Sentry push. But we'll see. Anyways, on to game number 2. MC against Jadon. If MC wins this, he's in the upper part of the bracket.